Mr. Plowden, I'll start with a simple question. Why do you think that you and your colleagues in the administration are so gifted and talented that you can override the Constitution and write tax policy and usurp our authority there?
I do not think that.
Well, good, then you should stop doing it. Tax policy belongs with this committee of jurisdiction, not a rogue administration running out and cutting deals with foreign countries that make America less competitive. This whole notion that somehow or another we need to be in bed with the same tax rate as the rest of the world is absolute lunacy. It is lunacy. Our mission, our goal every single day should be defending those things that make America great and making sure that we're the most competitive place in the world to invent, innovate, manufacture, and sell around the globe. Americans today really care about their jobs and being able to provide for their families. Americans today care about being able to afford a decent, safe place to live. Americans today really care about their kids' education, and most importantly, they care about their freedoms deeply. And our entire philosophy should be around preserving those four things, not putting us on par with a bunch of other countries that don't share our values or our competitive nature. Why in the world would you allow countries with higher and more generous R&D credits have an advantage over Americans? Why would you do that?
Congressman, we share your concerns about making sure that America remains a competitive place to do business. In fact, we think it's the best place in the world to do business. Pillar 2 is about leveling the playing field for U.S. businesses. Again, Pillar 2...
Leveling the playing field for U.S. businesses? Wait a minute. We're about the American people, the American workers, and American businesses and innovators and creators. We are not about leveling the playing field with the rest of the country. We're about being number one day in and day out. This whole business of leveling the playing field is it is a farce. We're either going to be number one in the world or we're not. I don't want to be number one tied with 5 other countries or 20 other countries. We need to be number one. We need to be doing things that increases productivity, that allows Americans to have better jobs. We need to be doing things that allow Americans to live in decent, safe housing. We need to be doing things that make sure that our children are educated in a way that they can compete on the global stage, and we need to be defending our freedoms. The only way that we can do that is to have a vibrant, strong economy, and we should be drawing treasure from around the world, not sending our treasure across our borders. How in the world can you justify sending American tax dollars to foreign jurisdictions? How can you justify France being able to tax a U.S. company? That is absolutely crazy. We have real problems. We have real challenges in making sure that we can meet the needs of the American people, and all of a sudden you're going to suck billions of dollars of taxes out of the U.S. economy and send it to people that don't necessarily share our values. Why in the world would you do that?
I share your concerns.
I don't care if you share them or not. I don't care if you like them or not. I'm asking you, why would you do it?
We believe that on a level playing field, American businesses and American workers will win. We believe that when there's a level tax playing field, U.S. businesses will be able to compete and win.
Wait, stop right there, sir. Let me reclaim my time. How is, again, I don't think this is leveling the playing field. I think this puts us behind the 8 ball. And here's why. If all of a sudden, here in America, if we're sending our tax dollars overseas, and our spending continues to go up because we've got some real challenges with the population, if we can continue to go down that road, then we're going to have to tax our traditional taxpayers more. It's going to put more of a burden on our job creators and our American workers. As that happens, our productivity goes down, our ability to invest in new technologies, and training goes down. We don't have the resources to take care of our most vulnerable. The only way you can do it is to raise taxes. As you raise taxes, that makes us less competitive. I do not see the logic. I do not understand how in the world that you can go through the mental gymnastics, or you or anybody else in the administration, to land where you have. If you are taking revenue out of the U.S. and delivering it to other countries, then how does that help us meet the needs of the American people?
Pillar 2 reduces the incentive to shift profits offshore, and it allows the U.S. to maintain a robust corporate tax system.
But you didn't really care about that a couple of years ago. You didn't really fight for guilty. Matter of fact, you kind of delayed everything, put us behind the 8 ball. I would ask you to do this. Think about the things that American families wake up and think about every day. A job, a house, an education for their kids, safety and security, and think about the freedoms that we have. And ask yourself, does this policy advance those goals or not? And the answer is no. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.